What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Grit Culture. Just want to talk to you about the situation that happened took place last night. The mass shooting. They had a gunman went to 3 different spas in the Atlanta area. Shot up the place, killing 8 people. 6 of the 8 were Asian Americans. I say RIP to them. As far as I know, the information I have, the victims haven't been identified in the media, but the shooter has. A man by the name of Robert Aaron Long. And no motive has been identified. Now what they're bringing back the discussion of, is it a hate crime? That's been a large discussion. They talking about hate crimes. Jeremy Lin spoke out about it a few weeks ago about hate crimes against Asian Americans. And he spoke out about this also. Now, the examples that they brought forward as hate crimes initially, when I viewed it, and I did a live about this, they weren't legitimate examples. Could it possibly be, a person be targeted because of their skin color? That's always a possibility, and it does happen. Happens a lot. But could there be other factors? Could there be factors that could lead toward different altercations? A lot of things that you saw in the examples that they brought within that period were, just flat out robberies. They were just flat out robberies. And so, I struggle with the whole hate crime narrative because a lot of stuff is born out of hate. When you perform a specific crime, you perform a specific crime and you perform a specific act against a person, the motive usually determines how much time and the severity of your punishment. If it's for no reason, unprovoked, then you should deal with maximum punishment. That simple. And I believe, hate crimes, skin color, things like that sit on that, they sit on that level. But, we'd have to have a long discussion when, even when discussing hate crimes and, what facilitates different things. They say a lot of it, a high possibility could be because of, the whole virus. And, it originated in China, so a lot of people hold a disposition against Asian Americans now. They're not even checking to see, if you just look, Asian Americans come from all type of different places, but, they just assume, it's China, and they'll lump you all in. You could be from Korea. You could be from Japan or somewhere. They'll just lump you all in. So it's a very high possibility. Very high possibility that, that's what a lot of it stems from. Not saying that none of it is invalid. But you got to take a look at all of it. A lot of things are rooted from somewhere. Every person, anything that can be put into a group is going to experience some pushback, some hate crime. Hate is hate, no matter what. Taking out, you probably haven't heard about it because it didn't make national news like this, but a whole family was just wiped out in Indianapolis. It's the second story in like 2 months. In like 2 months, where a whole family's been completely wiped out because of some foolishness. They were wiped out because the boyfriend wanted some of his baby mama's stimulus check, and she wouldn't give it up to him. One thing led to another, and he killed everybody in there, even including the kid. Same thing happened in Indianapolis a month before. This was just a son of the family. Killed the whole entire family, including the newborn child, the infant child. Killed his dad, everybody. Because the dad was angry and told him he'd deal with him later because the son snuck out or was out late at night past his curfew. Like, damn, you know, how do you avoid a situation like that? You know, where you meet your, try to avoid meeting your fate. But still, that's a hate crime. Those are all born out of just flat out, you have to have a level of hate in your heart. Born from something, whether it's skin color, whether it's an action that a person took, and none of it is justifiable. Young man that committed that act should receive the same exact punishment that a person, same exact punishment as a person who would kill somebody because of, you know, their nationality or skin color or their religion. Anybody can have that happen to them. Whether you're black, whether you're white. Yeah, white people have that happen to them. On a yearly basis, they have it happen to them more than you think because of them just being white. And the reason being is because of, you know, past history and because of past racism. And so the newer generation gets lumped in with that. Or you may see something on TV, gets you angry. So it make you want to go out and commit that. And, you know, you figure out, oh, they're white, so it doesn't matter. It's just payback for the ancestors. That happens a lot. That's hate crime. It's born from something. It's not always just flat, you know, skin color or anything like that. It's born from something. A lot of white people's racism is born from something. Their perception of black people through the media, not just skin color. It could get born, you know, through, you know, just the media itself and the narratives that get crafted. Many narratives. Asian, Mexican, whatever. Muslim, you know, whether you're Jewish, Christian, it can happen to you, and it does happen. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. So, I just want it to be consistent, and I want it to be an understanding of, you know, what a hate crime is, what exactly a hate crime is, and, you know, need to keep the same consistency for each other, because a lot of that goes into, you know, mending fences and actually bringing people together, whether you believe it or not. Keeping the same consistency for each situation, no matter what the skin color is, whatever. But you know, the media is not going to do that. They're going to create more of a story out of something. They have to create a salacious story. They have to put a little spice on it to make it more of something. So they can create more narratives and they create more stories from that one story. And like I said, it could very easily be a hate crime. And they've but it hasn't, motive hasn't been ruled out. The motive hasn't been identified. Hopefully they find something, social media or something that, that gives some clarity on the situation. It's kind of like that Las Vegas shooting. No real motive ever happened from no real motive ever came from that. And that's pretty eerie when you think about it. You have something that happens on that magnitude and there's no real understanding or no real closure. So hopefully there's some closure to this and there's some understanding. But this, at the end of the day, it's unacceptable. And yeah, he should face no matter what it's for, hate crime or whatever, whether skin color. So I keep saying hate crime, but skin color or whatever it is, he should face the steepest of punishments. If it was over a simple argument and he went and did this, he should face just as much time as he would if it was for simply them being Asian. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this situation. And I'll see you guys later.